Good morning, everyone. So this morning I've come back to Joshua Tree National Park, but on the southeastern side of the park, which is in the Colorado Desert. So there'll be quite a few different trees and bushes and vegetation finding here. And I'm going to do a long walk today, quite a big one. Oasis Springs, no, Oasis Palms, I think it's called. And there we go, it's 4.5 miles one way. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I've just started from the car park. Look at these bloody big palm trees here. And that's what I call an oasis. Just need a pool. Okay, that riverbed is dried up. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so I just saw a sign. It's called the Lost Palms Oasis. That's where I'm going to. Okay, and look at this, that's pretty. Look at the oasis here. Must still be some water underground to be this nice and green. Anyway, I shall check in later. So as I said before, in the Colorado Desert, one of the standout plants is this spiky, horny looking vegetation, bush or whatever it is. It's called ocotillo. No Joshua trees around here. They're on the other side of the park in the Mojave Desert, but look at all the ocotillos that are around here. They grow quite big. There you go, this one is probably 3.5, 4 meters high. Interesting plants. Quite green actually. So you've got the stalk and then just tiny little leaves coming out of them. Pretty. This one seems a bit sad. Ocotillo, it's called. Must go on. It's 4.5 miles to get to where I want to go. It's quite a bit of elevation gain as well. I have to look it up again exactly what the difference is. But I've got plenty of water with me. But guess what? Of course I forgot my poles in the boot of the car. Always excited when I start, and there's a track leading somewhere else. I'm not going that way. My instinct is telling me to go this way. Anyway, so if the track stays like this, which I doubt actually, I won't need the poles. but the sand is fairly soft, so it's not actually all that nice to walk on. It's like almost hard work as you're sinking in. It's not quite like on a beach, but getting there. Anyway, up and away. I'll check in again later. There's a few bits in bloom. Rightio. Okay, I'm just taking a quick breather. I'll drink some more water, put on some lippy as it's very dry. As you can imagine, this is a complete desert trail, hiking in the plain sun. There's no shade whatsoever for the 4.5 miles that I'm going. This is one way. So I've started at Cottonwood Springs in Joshua Tree National Park, which is on the southeastern side of the national park in the Colorado Desert, and I'm hiking to Lost Palms Oasis. Hopefully there will be some shade there and I can have my lunch there and then make my way back to my car. As I said, it's very dry. I do wonder what the humidity is like here. It must be very, very low. I don't know, I reckon down to 30s maybe, or even less. I have to breathe through my nose only, if possible, because within less than a minute your mouth dries out so badly that you just have to drink even more water. So to avoid that, I shall not talk too much. And there's nobody around on this hike. There are probably people at the oasis already, I would think, who did this trail early in the morning. I didn't start until 9 o'clock, which is really very late, but it's an hour's drive from where I was, or where I'm staying. And as you all know, I'm not an early riser, which has to change in the next few days when Laurie is here, because, well, when we do the next few hikes we don't want to be exposed to this heat all day long. So the earlier the better. I just have to get used to it. Oh, a bit of downhill for a change. This must be a stream, a dried out stream bed. Wonder what it is like when it does rain far away and water comes flowing here. Be interesting to see. Maybe not quite as a flash flood, but not unless I'm just above it. are warning signs about these kind of things quite often. This is definitely a dried out stream bed. And in a few 100 million years it might be another canyon here. Where's the canoe? This is pretty. Look, there's a bit of shade for a nanosecond. I prefer the other walkway outside of the stream bed. This is too soft. I like it how they indicate which way you need to go, so sometimes there's errors like this, which is fabulous, but instinctively you would obviously follow the river bed, but then there's always a line of rocks to make you aware, walk a different way. So back out of the river and up a little hill. There, like here, do not go down that way. The path leads this way. Surely I could have gone on that side up there and had a shortcut. Here again, just shows you where the trail goes. Otherwise you'd be very lost. Okay, here I can see it. So it goes up there over that little pass. And there's another sign down there. Maybe it's got the distance on it. I'm interested to know how far I've gone at this stage. Lost Palms Oasis, yes, thank you. And how much further is it? I must be about halfway by now. There you go, all these little river beds or creek beds. I wonder if this is a waterfall when it really rains. Could well be. As the riverbed starts right underneath, it comes out from the side as well. So up and down and up and down. Gonna do quite a bit of altitude change as well, I think. Love these. puffing will start. Big steps. Just gonna let it run. I'll leave it on until I'm at the top to see. Oh my God, if you didn't have a trail, you'd be lost. It's quite steep. Down this way, I don't know if you can make it out. That's the very eastern side of that valley that Palm Cove is in. Palm Cove, Palm Springs. So that would be up a long way, about 30 miles up that way, or more actually. 40, is it 40 or 45? Because I've driven quite a long way down south, or east I should say. Right. Again, just to very far in the distance is the valley, and this is quite a nice view now to where I am headed. Through this valley here, don't know if you can make out the path, straight through the pass, and then I assume it goes back down further to the oasis somewhere, and of course I have to come back up that way and then down the other side again. So this 4.5 mile trail goes quite a lot up and down and up and down. Makes for an interesting endurance trail, I suppose. I should look up my tracker that's in the phone, on the phone in the bag, how far I've come. Do that when I stop next. Don't like to stop too many times, otherwise you rust. Once I'm in my mode of walking, I like to continue. This is a track. big lizard. And through there we go. Okay, so I've just turned this around and I've looked up the tracker. Done about 5 kilometers so far, which is about a third of the whole trail. So I'm more than halfway to the oasis, which is nice. Good to know. Just turned this around for a change. See, I would like my poles, but on the other hand, they're in the way when you're walking or hiking and you want to drink water, to take photos, carry that bloody selfie stick. I really need a helmet or something, or a hat, and have the GoPro on top of my head. At least then that would be one thing out of the way. Should I have that kind of stuff? I know they have it on helmets. I really fancy hiking around with a helmet though. Unless you do skiing, boarding, or riding bicycles or things. I don't think a helmet would be all that appropriate. Look at these. I quite like these as well. They're gorgeous. So colourful, aren't they? Up there's another one. They grow into these hoofs, so to speak. Like hedgehogs as well, only bigger. So I'm going to take video going to the oasis and then coming back I'll take photos. Much easier than swapping all the time. GoPro stop capture. Well, look at this. It looks very much like the rock formations on the northwestern side of the park, only messier. And I have arrived. Last bit of the trail, and you can see coming down the valley here there are some lost palm trees in there, and here's the oasis. It's a lot smaller than I thought, unless there's some more around the corner here, but nevertheless it's an oasis and it's got beautiful palm trees in it. And I did say walk at your own risk here, there's no trail, so you just have to find your own to get down into the oasis. Of course, it's very slippery and steep. Oh, there's some stone figures. These, I just love these. hedgehog cactus. Ooh. God, it's slippery. Jump from rock to rock. No, nothing is safer here. I should probably take put the GoPro away. Well, I'll go this way. Right. That's better. Look at these massive palm trees. Creating shade for themselves perfectly with these old fronds. I assumed there could be a hut or something down here, but looks like there really isn't anything. And just one more video, this time on the phone, just on top of the canyon, where down below is the Lost Palms Oasis. Should be coming into view now. Oops. Right down there in the center is the Three Sisters again. I call these three palm trees that grow out of one the Three Sisters, where I've had my little lunch. And that rock from the right angle down there, to me it looks like Herman Munster, his face. And then this is where I walked along downstream of the oasis to about over there where the last three palms are, and then I turned around. That's far enough that I've gone. So there you have it. Lost Palms Oasis in Joshua Tree National Park on the south eastern side in the Colorado desert. Right, I think it's only about 1 kilometre to the car park and I'm back. Looking forward to sitting down and being in the aircon. Be nice to cool off. Back to the hotel, and maybe there's enough time to check out the pools. I haven't looked at the resort at all yet, really. It's all very laid out quite big, it's huge. It's like 2 little villages, and there's several pools. They're not huge, fancy lagoon style pools, but there are quite a few. So I'll have to see what they're like and where the hot tub is and all that kind of stuff, so I know when Laurie comes tonight. But I'm not sure if we ever have chance to relax all that much. We've got quite a few hikes on our schedule for the next few days, so we'll see how we go. Anyway, I'll check in with you later.